We need to free Tory.
Facts.
Now,
Free Tory.
the evidence he's talking about, right? 0.01% chance his DNA was on the firearm. 0% on the magazine. No fingerprints. DNA from 4 individuals found. Tory wasn't a primary contributor. The key gunshot residue test never performed on others. That raises obviously serious doubt. The new surface body cam and medical records show Megan Thee Stallion initially claimed she stepped on glass. Right? That's when she was like, nah, I just didn't want to, I didn't want another black man to be arrested. That's why I said I stepped on glass. That was her excuse when she said that. The x-rays, ER records show no bullet fragments in the x-ray. No, we're going to keep it moving, right? On the California Racial Justice Act, recent legislation limiting the use of rap lyrics and character evidence. Tory Lanez deserves a full review.
Tell me more. What does Megan Thee Stallion have to do with this?
So Megan Thee Stallion. No. So what happened was So Megan Thee Stallion, right? She's a rapper, very big rapper. Tory Lanez, artist, and Megan's best friend at the time, Kelsey. They were all hanging out at
Kylie Jenner's house.
Kylie Jenner's house. Everybody was vibing. They were drinking.
California.
Tory was smashing Megan Thee Stallion. And apparently he slept with Kelsey as well. Yeah. Something ensued after the bar. They're drunk. They're walking back to the car. Something happened there, and there was some type of argument. There was a fight, and then bop, gun went off, and it shot Megan supposedly, allegedly in her. The
reason I asked that is because I don't know too much about this case, but I know who Megan Thee Stallion is, and she's born in 1983, year of the pig. This is Snake Year.
Oh, she fucked this year.
I don't know anything about this case, but I know she's born in 1983, and I said bad things would happen to her this year. So now I'm assuming she lied or something happened and get this dude locked up.
Yeah, she lied.
When it comes down to it,
she lied.
Yeah, so she's gonna get exposed this year because this is the year of the snake.
That's what's happening.
Go to Say Cheese.
What's Megan's last album name? Hiss or something like that?
What was the last album name?
Was it Hiss?
I don't remember.
It was some shit with a snake, I thought.
So Say Cheese dropped to actual.
What's Tory Lanez's birthday? Someone look that up real quick.
We'll find it. So Say Cheese dropped the actual article on this as well.
And to continue, key witnesses. This is all the evidence the new evidence that was being presented. Right, key witnesses changed their stories and that contradicted themselves. One admitted in court she lied in a district attorney interview. Another gave a sworn statement that Harris admitted to firing the gun. The case deserves fresh eyes and full transparency. Tory Lanez's conviction and sentencing major constitutional concerns. Right, First Amendment, the use of lyrics and evidence. Sixth Amendment, the right to confrontation, and the 14th Amendment, equal protection under racial bias enhancements. There is so much that they're putting together for him to come out. He's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. I got Tory Lanez's birthday right here. It's 7/27/1992.
Ooh.
Brother, when you get out, you best move to Miami.
Oh, he does. He knows.
Nigga, he lives there.
Yeah, that's where that.
No, like in the same building.
Yeah, does he? Okay, so that's a good place for him and stuff like that. When it comes down to it, here's the problem. He's born in the 27th. Stop simping. That's your biggest problem in life, bro. I keep telling you about these people born on the 9th, 18th, 27th. That's why simp has an I as the first vowel, it's a 9th letter. So again, we found another guy out here who probably at least some part of his life because he was simping to this called Megan Thee Stallion.
Well, he got mad hoes, but so this
and
is
the famous one got him.
Yeah, this came into play. I commented this on Twitter. I said, put this all in jail, free Tory. And it says here, newly surfaced body cam and medical records show Megan Thee Stallion initially claimed she stepped on glass. Now, if you guys remember, we did a podcast about this. Myron spoke about it as well in detail about how Megan Thee Stallion's claim of being shot was false because it was shattered glass on her leg, not gunshot. Yep. Now, mind you, records show no bullet fragments on X-rays. Bullet fragments allegedly removed are now missing. Evidence handling was a disaster. So back then, I remember we had a show and we said free Tory. People were like, "Oh, Tory's a bad person," da da da. But this is I can say it now because after the fact, academics sat down with Tory and his team when he was here. They had to talk about what happened that night. Tory made it very clear, I didn't shoot Meg. What happened? There was a scuffle. The bullet went off. He tried to stop it. Kelsey had the gun and it went off. But nobody was shot. Fragments obviously hit Meg's leg, and that's why she has those issues and those records. But a bullet hitting her, nah, bro, that's cap. But what happened was Tory is not the establishment. He's anti-establishment. He's not part of a major label like that. He's just basically he's like a solo artist pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's fighting the establishment. And Meg is backed by the establishment. Yeah. So this is what I heard from the grapevine is that like right now what's happening is they want him to go to jail because he's not part of the establishment. And Meg has to win because Meg is part of their team.
I mean, let me also add that you may not know. They try to kill him. He was stabbed 14 times last week in jail.
Yeah.
When all this information was coming out, he was basically saying, "Hey, we're going back to court. We have new evidence that's going to bring this case to its heels." He was stabbed 14 times.
Almost died.
Almost died.
Something I have to mention though. I mean, I'm a big fan of Tory, and I even got the new album that he dropped. On the song "Got Me Through the Storm," if you listen again to what his father said, they literally are implicating that Jay-Z. So let's say if this comes out and they have to release him, what happens next? Because I feel like this Diddy situation and all this, I feel like it's almost divine intervention that it's coming down for everyone. Because I think Hov is next, and I think it's going to start from Tory getting out.
Damn.
And I truly do believe Hov is next, because the implications to this is huge, because Jay-Z has always been a person that got in the middle of people when they had problems with their contracts. He's always came in like the savior. Next thing you know, when he quote unquote helped people with their contracts, the people they started with. Megan did it. You seen it with damn the Uzi. You saw the same thing with Wayne. You see it with anyone that Jay-Z quote unquote came to help. Meek Mill, Ross, anyone he came to help, they turned on it day ones. He's a manipulator. Did the same thing in NFL. Jay-Z, the only told people to get off your knees. Well, to tell people to get on their knees to push back from the NFL.
Pause.
For multiple years.
Yeah.
When Jay-Z was offered a deal, he told people it's time to stop kneeling. Let's do something different. This was like 2 years after like 12 black men tried to buy the NFL, like buy into the NFL. He told them not to, and they gave him that sole position now that he could choose who danced and tap dance for the Super Bowl. He's the enemy. He's the master manipulator. In addition to this, on X, Jay-Z got someone banned on X that was revealing that he has his private jet was going to the private, a private airport up in Washington, D.C. that only presidents and governors can go to, and is flying out from Colombia to Washington, D.C. So there's a lot of details about Jay-Z that he's so far up in the system now that I think that if you're black and you're at that level, you only got like a 20 to 30 year span, and they're going to reset you.
He's the new Quincy Jones.
I think he's next. I think he's next out.